Galarian Zapdos now needs to do something. Things are getting drastic. Goes for roleplay, copies Lugia's multiscale, which is completely useless. And there it is. Zapdos taking the Whirlpool damage, and it doesn't survive. Zapdos and Galarian Zapdos are out of this competition. Welcome back to MetroMania. Can you believe it? Today is the last of the heats. In the previous episode, Ho-Oh and Lugia were absolutely dominant with their clean sweep of Zapdos and Galarian Zapdos. They move on to the quarterfinals, and today we will find out their opponents as our last quarterfinalist is revealed. Is it going to be Zacian and Zamazenta, or will it be Urshifu and Urshifu? And here we go with the most unique matchup in this season of MetroMania, because Zacian and Zamazenta are the only Pokemon that have been permitted to hold items, their Rusted Sword and Rusted Shield respectively, instead of Leper Berries. So they have the disadvantage of potentially running out of PP, especially with them being Steel types that tend to drag the battles on a little bit longer with all those resistances. But they do have the benefit of having their powered up forms and also looking a lot cooler. Like, honestly, I made this decision because the hero of many battles forms are ugly. Zacian starting off with a massive Thunder Punch. Don't forget, of course, Zacian and Zamazenta get an attack and defense boost, respectively, at the start of each battle because of Intrepid Sword and Dauntless Shield, respectively. And Zamazenta increases its defense even further with Iron Defense, so it's now at +3 defense already as the battle begins. And here is Uproar, which is not a good idea from Rapid Strike Urshifu, the Water and Fighting type, using a normal type move that's going to last at least, I believe, 3 moves. That's not good. A start for the Urshifu team. Here we see Single Strike Urshifu. I nearly said Shiny because of that Urshifu nickname there. It goes for Curse, drops its speed by 1 stage, but increases its attack and its defense by 1 stage. And that's very, very important because the defense increase is going to help against the increased attack of Zacian, because Zacian, of course, is an absolute attacking monster in its crowned form. Is it crowned form? I believe something like that. Here's Guard Swap from Zacian, though, stealing that +1 defense boost from Single Strike Urshifu there. And now Zamazenta is going to follow up with Foul Play, which will be resisted 4 times by Shiny. A Single Strike Urshifu. I've done this myself. This is my fault that I keep saying Shiny and not Single Strike because of the nickname format I've used. Hit subscribe, by the way, because we love new subscribers. Hello to the, 3,500 that joined us in the month of December. Thanks a lot. Zacian just got hit by a Rock Slide, which means it's now going to be -1 speed. That Uproar still continuing for Rapid Strike Urshifu. Very, very unfortunate there. For those wondering, Zacian's base attack is base 170 in this form, and it's at +1 attack right now. We see Focus Energy from Zamazenta looking for some critical hits going forward. That is scary news for the Urshifu team. The Urshifu team, of course, have 100 base HP, 100 base defense, but only 60 base special defense, which is terrifying against these monsters. Here we see Water Pledge from Zacian onto Single Strike Urshifu, doing a decent chunk of damage there. Single Strike Urshifu already looks to be in a dangerous place right now, as it goes for Freeze Dry, which will be resisted by these Steel types, by Zamazenta there. Just a little bit of chip damage, not a lot done to Zamazenta at all. Critical hit, though, so it ignored the defense drops, which increases, which is always nice. Rapid Strike Urshifu's Uproar has calmed down now, so it'll be able to use a different move. Zamazenta is going to start things off, though, this turn with Sing, but it's avoided by Rapid Strike Urshifu there. What's it going to follow up with now that it's not stuck into Uproar? It's going to go for Splash, which is even more useless than Uproar somehow. Great job, mate. Great job there. Way to do one for the team, lads. Here we see Zacian, though, who's going to go for Sunny Day. Now, this is a risky play right here. Sunny Day, of course, most popularly increases the power. Popularly? Yeah, I'm going to go with that word. Most popularly increases the power of Fire-type moves, which Zacian and Zamazenta are both weak to. We see a Storm Throw, which is a guaranteed critical hit from Shiny Urshifu onto Zamazenta, completely ignoring those defense increases. Wow, bringing Zamazenta down to 4 hit points. Zamazenta was very lucky to survive that, but my word, what a great counter to those increased defenses with the guaranteed critical hit of Storm Throw. Here's an Aqua Jet, though, from Zamazenta, reduced in power because of the Sunny Day. But does bring Single Strike Urshifu into the danger zone, and now Rapid Strike Urshifu goes for a super effective Fire Pledge, powered up by the sun. Oh, you've got to think that was wasted. That should not have hit Zamazenta. If that would have been on Zacian, that could have been all she wrote for the Zacian Zamazenta team, but wow. That's such a shame. And here we see Swords Dance. Zacian is now at +3 attack, which is going to be very, very scary going forward. Great play in respect to its partner Pokemon fainting. You know, that's a great defensive follow-up. Technically, it's defensive. Offensive follow-up, I suppose. Here's a reduced power Muddy Water from Single Strike Urshifu there onto Zacian. I'm sure some people want me to call it Zacian or whatever because it's based on the color cyan. I don't care. It's not even the right color to be called cyan, but let's not go there. That's blue in my world. Here we go, though. We got Rapid Strike Urshifu getting geared up and ready with a Future Sight. I mean, that will hit in a couple of turns for some not very effective damage, but you probably want to be damaging Zacian now. It does have +3 special attack right now. What's it going to go for in response? It's going to go for Reversal, which, depending on the Urshifu that it's on Single Strike, which is enough to take it down. Super effective against the Dark-type Single Strike Urshifu. So now we just have Zacian versus Rapid Strike Urshifu. Who is going to take the first point? I always feel like the first point gives a little bit of an advantage, maybe just a confidence thing in these Metromanias. But we have Poltergeist, which is going to use Zacian's Rusted Sword against it by Rapid Strike Urshifu there. And look at the damage from Poltergeist. Critical hit as well, putting Zacian in a difficult spot right here. What will it do as a follow-up here? How's it going to retaliate? It's going to go for Rising Voltage, which would have been super effective, but avoided by that Rapid Strike Urshifu. Very, very lucky there. Now Rapid Strike Urshifu is using Metronome itself, and it's going to go for Submission, which will do neutral damage, but how much? It comes with recoil damage as well. It's enough to take down Zacian. First point goes to the Urshifu team. Let's hear from our lovely sponsors.
So we've had a lot of DMs recently from a few perverts that said, hey Liam, if you love G Fuel so much, why don't you just take a bath in the stuff? And I thought, you know what, today is the day that I give in to peer pressure. So I made up a lovely shaker of my favourite flavour, Nemesis Tea, and sod it, we're going to have a bath in some G Fuel. I might have to fill another shaker.
Don't be a tit. Use code ACE for money off G Fuel so you never run out of it. Yes. And we're back with round 2. Currently, very surprisingly, Zacian and Zamazenta, who a lot of people have been saying in the comments are just going to steamroll the competition, are currently 1-0 down, which I didn't expect to see. We see Intrepid Sword and Dauntless Steel taking effect on Zacian and Zamazenta to start these battles off. Now, we have 2 more rounds, and Zacian and Zamazenta are backed against the wall. I would not like to back these 2 dogs into a corner. I feel like they could be very, very vicious. We see Ice Beam from Zacian start things off. Not very effective, but still did a big chunk of damage there to Rapid Strike Urshifu. Didn't get the freeze, though. And here comes Zamazenta, who's going to go for Aromatic Mist and power up its partner Pokemon. I think increasing special defense, which arguably is just not great for the Urshifu team. Powering up Zacian's special defense, which is already base 115. And now we see Roost, which is a complete waste of a turn from Single Strike Urshifu. So over to Rapid Strike to try and get a good start off for the team. Goes for Tita Dance. Very interesting. Going to confuse its partner Pokemon and also both opponents there. So we'll see the confusion take effect. Hopefully for the Urshifu team, that confusion doesn't take effect for Single Strike Urshifu. But hopefully for the Zacian and Zamazenta team, it does. And it therefore doesn't affect Zacian and Zamazenta. That's the ideal scenario for each team. Really could go either way. I'm surprised I'm saying that, though. Zacian smacks itself in confusion for massive damage. My word. And Zamazenta is also going to hit itself for not as much damage, but good lord, that is exactly what Rapid Strike, what Urshifu wanted. Vicious Rend coming out from Rapid Strike Urshifu. Going to be regular powered, but also powered up by same type attack bonus there because of the water typing. And not shiny. Single Strike Urshifu. There we go. Ignores the confusion with Rising Voltage as its chosen move. That's a perfect play right there. That was the perfect scenario for the Urshifu team. Both the Zacian and Zamazenta attacking themselves in confusion, but Single Strike Urshifu completely ignoring it. Zacian, however, has shook off the confusion. What's it going to do to respond? Going to go for Acid Armor and increase its defense by 2 stages. Not a bad shout at all there. If you can't be damaged, you can't be knocked out, I suppose. Let's go with that. And here we see Zamazenta, who's going to go for Hydro Pump onto which of its opponents here. Of course, on the Rapid Strike, it's not going to be very effective because of the water typing, so didn't do a great deal of damage, but did chip away a little bit at Rapid Strike Urshifu, who is going to follow up with Shadow Claw, which will do neutral damage to either of these Pokemon here, and just as a little bit of chip damage there to Zacian because of those lovely, lovely defense increases. Now over to Single Strike Urshifu, who goes for Force Palm onto which of its opponents there, onto Zacian there for a bit of neutral damage, and now this is very much anybody's game right now. I'm as surprised as you guys are. I thought Zacian and Zamazenta would probably steamroll, to be honest. Here we see Zacian, though, who's going to go for Slam onto Single Strike Urshifu. Look at that attack, man. Look at that damage. There was so much. And now we see Zamazenta follow up with Extreme Speed onto the Rapid Strike Urshifu there, bringing it down to less than half its max HP. And now Single Strike Urshifu looks to follow up with Sandstorm, which is a completely terrible idea. Zacian and Zamazenta are both Steel types. They are not affected by Sandstorm. And of course, Rapid Strike Urshifu and Single Strike Urshifu are affected by Sandstorm. There is no benefit here. Here we see Leaf Storm, which is not very effective from the Rapid Strike Urshifu. Not enough to bring Zamazenta down to less than half its max HP, and drops the special attack harshly of Rapid Strike Urshifu. So this has put the Urshifu team just an absolute disadvantage after that turn. That was a very, very, very bad turn for the Urshifu team. And now Zacian looks ready and raring to go. It's going to go for Crab Hammer, which won't be very effective on Rapid Strike Urshifu, but still did massive damage, putting it in the danger zone. And of course, that Sandstorm is not going to let up unless someone gets rid of it. We see Fury Attack from Zamazenta onto Single Strike Urshifu, barely doing any damage at all, though. Wow, that's not a lot of damage at all, is it? We get 3 hits, though. 4 hits with that Fury Attack from Zamazenta. And now Single Strike Urshifu probably wants to redeem itself after the previous turn. Goes for Mega Kick, which won't be very effective. But how much damage will it deal? Barely anything. Zacian's down to less than half its max HP, but it's not really making a dent at the moment. And now we see Scold, though, powered up by same type attack bonus from the Rapid Strike Urshifu onto Zamazenta. Doesn't get the burn. Buffeted by the Sandstorm are both Urshifu there. And things do not look good for the Urshifu team right now. This is more akin to what I thought we were going to see when Zacian and Zamazenta entered the field. That was the risk that we took by giving them that allowance to have their specific held items. Zacian goes for Topsy-Turvy, reversing the stat changes of the Rapid Strike Urshifu, which now means that it's got +2 special attack. We see Darkest Lariat from Zamazenta onto which opponent here? It's on Single Strike Urshifu, so it's 4 times resisted. That's a great turn for the Urshifu team. What are they going to do with this opportunity? Goes for Roost. Does Rapid Strike Urshifu. Great play there. Going to restore 50% of its max HP. Fantastic play. Bringing it up to more than half its max HP there. And now Single Strike Urshifu is going to follow up with Safeguard, protecting its team from status conditions. That's a great turn there. That's a much better turn for the Urshifu team, although they are going to be buffeted by the Sandstorm. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I suppose. Single Strike Urshifu is looking to be in a very difficult position right now. But Zacian and Zamazenta are both below their max HP. They do need to try their best. Oh, there's Vice Grip, spelt wrong. Onto which of the opponents there? Onto Rapid Strike Urshifu, bringing it right back down close to the danger zone there. Zacian and Zamazenta need to equalize if they want an opportunity to go to the quarterfinals to face Lugia and Ho-Oh. There's a Whirlpool onto Single Strike Urshifu, not quite enough to take it down, but of course the Sandstorm and the Whirlpool damage will take care of Single Strike Urshifu at the end of this turn. Rapid Strike goes for Fiery Dance, which will be super effective on which of its opponents here? On Zamazenta, massive damage, 7 hit points left for Zamazenta there. And now Single Strike Urshifu has its basically last move of this round. Goes for Lunge onto which opponent there? Onto Zamazenta. They're trying to take it down. Not quite enough. Zamazenta's attack will drop by 1 stage, but it's still on 2 hit points. Won't be affected by the Sandstorm. There's the Sandstorm, though, taking its effect on Single Strike Urshifu, taking it out of contention. And now Rapid Strike Urshifu in the danger zone needs to take down both Zacian and Zamazenta, and it's looking very, very difficult. But if Rapid Strike Urshifu can pull this off, then it will guarantee its team's place in the... oh, here comes Psychic Fangs from Zacian, which will be super effective. Takes down Rapid Strike Urshifu. They have equalized. The Zacian and Zamazenta team are still in this competition, and now they have an opportunity to claim their place in the quarterfinals against Lugia and Ho-Oh. But Also vying for that place in the quarterfinals are Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Single Strike, who still have a chance. They have proven once that they can beat Zacian and Zamazenta, but Zacian and Zamazenta have also proven just how dominant they can be. So this is anybody's game. Heat 8 of MetroMania has already been fantastic, and we're on to the third round. This decides who goes to the quarterfinals. We see Power Swap from Zacian, which is a very peculiar first turn, I'll be completely honest, onto Rapid Strike Urshifu. There's been no change. Oh, actually, no. That's a terrible idea. It just swapped its attack boost onto Rapid Strike Urshifu. So now we see Outrage from Zamazenta onto Rapid Strike Urshifu. I mean, that's a great idea. Huge damage. Try and get rid of that Pokemon that you've just given an attack advantage to. Now we see Retaliate from Rapid Strike Urshifu here onto Zacian there. Not a great deal of damage there, but still damage nonetheless. Not very effective. And now we see Single Strike Urshifu. Man, Form Fight has ruined me, hasn't it? Going for Tackle, that won't be very effective on Zamazenta there, but a little bit of damage is better than no damage. Critical hit on that Tackle for what it's worth. But good lord, that was a bad first move by Zacian, wasn't it? Swapping all changes to attack and special attack after Intrepid Sword had happened. So here comes Zacian, though, who's going to go for First Impression, but that fails because it's the second turn that it's been a battle. Zamazenta still locked into Outrage. Goes for Single Strike Urshifu this time for another big chunk of damage. Now Single Strike Urshifu can follow up with a response. It's going to go for Payback. And of course, it's moving after its opponent, so it'll be powered up. But both these Pokemon resist Dark-type moves, so it didn't do a great deal of damage, even with same type attack bonus behind it. Now Rapid Strike Urshifu looking for the follow-up. Goes for Astonish. Again, that's not going to do a great deal of damage. It does a little bit of chip damage there to Zamazenta, but still not a lot of change here from the previous turn. So now Zacian looking to, I imagine, deal some kind of offense here. Goes for Cotton Guard. A very interesting play there. Going to increase its defense by 3 stages, so good luck getting through that. Urshifu, boys, you're going to have to focus on special attacks for Zacian now. Zamazenta goes for Outrage once again, of course. That's the third turn. Massive damage to Rapid Strike Urshifu. Zamazenta now confused, though. Potentially could hit itself in confusion, as we've seen in previous rounds. Octazooka coming out from Single Strike Urshifu there. Wants to get, but doesn't get the accuracy drop on Zamazenta there. Very unfortunate for the Urshifu team. We see Electrify failing from Rapid Strike Urshifu, so a wasted turn nonetheless. And now what is going to happen between these two teams? Zacian starting things off once again, and it's going to go for Hyper Voice, which is going to damage both its opponents there. For a bit of chip damage, I say a bit of chip damage, Rapid Strike Urshifu is very much on the in the danger zone. Zamazenta hits itself, giving an opportunity to the Urshifu team. What are they going to do here? It's looking very, very dire. We see Superpower with same type attack bonus from Single Strike Urshifu onto Zamazenta, taking it out of contention. It is gone. Down goes the defense and the attack, 1 stage apiece of the Single Strike Urshifu, but it's all up to Zacian now if it wants to go through to the quarterfinals. It has the Urshifu team on the ropes, but it needs to do something drastic. We see Smart Strike, which will do neutral damage from Rapid Strike Urshifu there with that attack boost. I believe Smart Strike is a physical move. Didn't do a great deal of damage, though. Correct me if I'm wrong on that Smart Strike. I'm pretty sure it's physical, you would think, but who knows these days. You know, though, so let me know in the comments. Zacian is raring to go, though, and it's going to fire back with Kinesis. Not an offensive play, but of course does have its wonderful effect of reducing the accuracy of Single Strike Urshifu's moves, which is going to be a great help to Zacian going forward. We see Land's Wrath, though, from that increased attack Rapid Strike Urshifu onto Zacian for super effective damage. Big damage there. Is Land's Wrath physical or special? I don't know. I haven't done enough research into Zygarde, if I'm completely honest. We see Fusion Flare, though, from Single Strike Urshifu. Remember, Zacian does have +3 defense, though, at this point, but Fusion Flare doing a huge chunk of damage, putting Zacian in the danger zone. Zacian is on the ropes right now and can't afford to be flagging behind in this battle. It needs to get on the offense and take out one of these Urshifu quick. Goes for Water Shuriken onto the Single Strike Urshifu there. Not a great deal of damage at all there. That is such a shame for Zacian. Not much damage. Gets the 3 hits, though, but now it's at the mercy of the Urshifu team. And what are they going to do here? We see Lava Plume avoided by Rapid Strike Urshifu. It's only going to hit Zacian, and it's going to be super effective and take it out. The Urshifu team have eliminated the favorites for this tournament. That is incredible. Your final quarterfinalists, Urshifu Rapid Strike and Urshifu Single Strike, they have done it. Let's look at the brackets because, good lord, that was an incredible upset right there. So we will start the quarterfinals next week as Regidrago and Regieleki take on Solgaleo and Lunala. Do not miss it.
Thanks again for watching MetroMania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainerLiam to hang out in one of my live streams. And of course, use code ACE to save money on G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.